Okay, this is 6.4. We're going to do writing equations with word problems and then solving them with the process of elimination. So 6.4b. So let's go to example 1. It says you're washing 2 cars and 3 trucks. Now, first of all, C is going to be our number of cars. T is our number of trucks. How many of those we are washing? Okay, or actually, let's see. Not the number. I'm sorry. Is going to be the time it takes to wash for each of these. Time to wash. It says washing 2 cars. So if we have 2 cars and then we wash 3 trucks, that takes a total of 130 minutes. Then they give us a different example. Washing 2 cars and 5 trucks takes 190 minutes. And what we're supposed to do is what's the time it usually takes at our car wash to wash a car? What's the time it takes to wash a truck? So that's what we're finding, not rather than the number of cars. So make that correction on the first 2. So C is the time to wash a car. T is the time to wash a truck. Now, we've been using the elimination method, so I'm going to take this one. We can see that 2 of them match up almost right now. The 2C. But I want to take it times a -1. In doing that, it makes this -2C, but it makes this -3T, and it makes this -130. Now we can subtract that, and we eliminate the C's. 5T minus 3T is 2T. 190 minus 130 is 60. T is 30. What does that mean? It's 30 minutes to wash a truck. Now we have to somehow figure out what's the time to wash the car, because the question says, how long does it take to wash each type of vehicle? So we have to take that, we have to put that in one of the equations. So I'm going to put in this one down here. 2C plus 3 times 30 equals 130. I put in the 30, I put that in for the truck. Now I'm going to cross that off. 3 times 30 is 90. If you can do that where you go right to 90 and understand 3 times 30 would be 90, that's going to make things easier. I'm going to subtract 90 from each side. In doing that, I get 40. Then I'm going to divide by 2. And C is 20. So to wash a car, it's 20 minutes to wash a car. A lot of times when I write something right underneath it, I'll use those little ditto marks. This means same thing as up above. So 30 to wash a truck, 20 to wash a car. These are a little bit longer, but they're not so bad. They're the same thing we've been doing. Next up. Half a pepperoni pizza plus 3/4 of a ham and pineapple pizza contains 765 calories. 1/4 of a pepperoni pizza plus a whole ham and pineapple pizza is 745 calories. How many calories are in a whole pepperoni pizza? So, P is calories in a pepperoni pizza. H, calories in a ham and pineapple pizza. Canadian bacon and pineapple. Oh, that's a good one. At Pizza Ranch, they call it sweet and swine. Like it. All right. So half a pepperoni. Whoops, I don't know why I put 1/3. Half. 1/2 pepperoni plus 3/4 ham equals 765. The other one is 1/4 of pepperoni plus a ham equals 745. Okay, now a lot of these, they have fractions. So to get rid of the fractions, what we could do is, there's a lot of different things we could do. We could make them decimals. I find a lot of times making them decimals is pretty easy. So I'm going to make this one 0.5, and I'm going to leave it at 0.50, because a lot of times if you deal with it like 50 cents, it's not 50 cents, but 0.50, sometimes that makes it easier to get rid of some of these. 3 divided by 4. If you don't know, you take your calculator. That's 0.75. And then this one is 0.25p plus an h. Now remember, that's a 1h. You can put the 1 there if you want. We have to get one of these to eliminate. So in this one, if I think about money, a quarter is related to 50 cents if I double it, right? So in this one, I'm going to take this whole thing and multiply by -2. This times -2 will get me -0.50p. That's going to eliminate the pepperoni pizzas there. -2 times this is -2h. And -2 times this is -1,490. Okay? The decimals, the fractions, not as nice. That's why I do try to make them decimals if possible. But when we do this, we subtract. This is going to be -1.25h equals -725. We'll take 725 divided by 1.25. They're both negative, so it is going to be a positive answer. So there's 580 calories in the ham and pineapple pizza. I'm going to go back up to this one, 0.25p plus 580, since that's exactly the ham one. Then we get 0.25p. Remember, I'm to the point where I don't think you need to show this work, but if you do, put it on there, subtract 580, and that's going to get you 165, I think. Then we divide by 0.25. And should be like 660, I think. $660 calories in the pepperoni pizza. Pretty good there? Oh, yeah. Fashion designer makes and sells hats. The material for each hat costs $5.50. The hats sell for $12.50 each. Designer spends $1,400 on advertising. How much must they sell? Now this one doesn't have 2. It's how many hats. So H is the number of hats to sell. And that's to break even. So they sell the hats. Now this is a little bit different. They sell the hats for $12.50. That's in the end. So I'm doing this what seems maybe in a different order than what it does. But to make it, it costs $5.50 for a hat. So that's actually cost them something. And then they spend $1,400 on advertising. To break even would mean they make no money. That's what break even means. Okay? So that's the equation. because they sell them for this amount, they make them for this amount, but they spent something on advertising. So if we take this one minus this one, we get 7H minus 1,400 equals 0. We add 1,400. The reason we put those together, they're like terms. So we get 1,400 equals 7H. And we divide. We get H is 200 heads. Divide by 7. Okay, last one in the notes for today. Then we're going to have a little worksheet today. Okay, Puzzle Expert wrote new Sudoku puzzle book. His initial costs are $864. Now I'm going to do this one in the order they come. It costs him $864, so that subtract $864, right? Out of his pocket. Binding and packaging costs 80 cents. So it says how many copies, so we could say how many books. B is the number of books that we're going to look at. We could go copies, so we could go C. But each time he makes a book, it costs him 80 cents for a book. And then the price of the book is $2. He sells them for $2. What does it take for him to break even? So same thing, I just did it in a little different order. This is the order it wrote it in the problem. I'm going to add the 864 to each side. It gets me negative 80 cents B plus $2 B equals 864. That's positive over there. I'm going to put the like terms together. We get 1.2 B equals 864. We're going to divide by 1.2. He has to sell 720 books.